Welcome back, guys, to Factorio Meiosis. This is episode number 33. Today, I hope that we will be able to knock out a huge section of the old stem cell, because we're going to make a laser turret cell. And when we're done with that, we should be able to knock out a whole bunch of stuff. Speaking of which, there is some things right here, which we could have gotten rid of a while ago, and I kind of forgot about it. So let's pick these guys up. And we can pick up this bit of coal line as well. And then, well, I just have to find somewhere to put that stuff. Wow, yellow belts. I don't see many of those around anymore. The iron ones are still going. We've got a little bit of iron patch left. So, this place is kind of like a big house of cards. We've got some more complicated items on the top of the house. And they're being supported by all the things that are making them. So, in order to get rid of the cards on the bottom, we have to take out the cards on the top first, right? So, we've got all this oily goop. And it's making things like sulfuric acid and sulfur and batteries and all that kind of stuff. And that, in turn, is making the laser turrets. When we're done with laser turrets, that will be the last thing in the stem cell that requires batteries. And I think at that point, we might just be able to get rid of all this oil stuff, because we're making all of it somewhere else except for electric engine units. The only thing we need for that is lubricant, which I am making down here at our express cell. So maybe we'll have to think about that. I've got a list of about 10 things that we need to make to get rid of all of this stuff. Accumulators, some simple stuff like steam engines and boilers, and electronic furnaces, electric mining drills, basic simple stuff that shouldn't take too long to take care of. But here's the thing. We also need steel plates, and I don't have a proper steel cell yet. We have this thing here, which is just sort of an extension of the stem cell, which we will start getting rid of after we get rid of most of the stem cell, as soon as we can. But we need somewhere to make steel, so we're actually going to make a steel cell first. We're going to use this huge oil patch. It's not oil, it's iron. This huge iron patch way over here. So we got 2 iron patches here, one big, one small. I'm going to try to fit in the first set of smelteries right, I think, in this little patch here. Then we'll move the iron plates over and smelt them into steel, and then have the pickup and drop-off spot somewhere, wherever we have room over there. Oh, by the way, I've been converting more of the cells into their... Well, I've been adding the concrete and the bricks to the ground so that they stand out a little bit better. I've done a number of the ones that are, well, the simpler ones that have a clearly defined shape. I haven't done the ones with the really ugly curly cues like this, which I might move them and adjust them, reconfigure them a bit to be a little bit more pretty at some point if I get around to it. If I feel the urge to do that at some point. And then what else I do? Oh, yeah, so this guy up here, this brick cell, I basically ran him dry, and I was getting sick of waiting anyway, so I made a second one. Oh! Marcel. Right. The blueprint included a stop, and I put down a stop, and I never clicked this one. All right, so Marcel is also having fun there, but that's the second brick cell. Okay, so let's go ahead. I just wanted to measure out, make sure we had enough room, and I think we do, to put at least 6, but basically double this, 8 smelteries, or 6. Yeah, we can do 8. Let's do full force. Full steam ahead, although this guy is kind of small, so maybe we just won't do it as wide. Where is my... There we go. Okay, so let's start on this side. I'll do him separate. Might even do him custom style. We want to start in the bottom right corner. Kind of like Kerblam. Oh, there's still a... Oops. Uh-oh. And let's put that on the bar. And let's try that again. What did we miss? We missed one drill. All right, move on over. How am I doing for belts? I got tons of belts. Lovely. Pretty good. And then let's see. We'll just do it as simply. The simplest way is to overlap the first section of belts and then fix it later. It's not going to turn on, is it? Because that might be a pain in the butt. I don't want a whole bunch of extra ore in my inventory. And I think I'm going to turn this guy sideways so he comes in from the right to the left. Pretty good. What would I do without the... If there was no... If the, like, the personal Roboport thing was in this game, was not in this game, I think I would have stopped playing by now, at least on this map, because I would not be able to cope with that, without that as a possibility. Okay, so let's just pick up all that and worry about that later. And then, let's see, can we just do it like this? Looks like we can. And what do I want to line it? I want to line it up with the bottom of that iron patch. Oh, quick autosave every 8 minutes. This is awesome that it's slower now. It's not awesome when you get hit by a train and you've lost 6 minutes of work filling in concrete on cells to make them look nice, which totally did not happen before I started recording the video. All right, let's pick all this stuff up. Pick that up. Okay, that's the, those are the drills. We'll lay down the smelting and then get to work. Well, after looking at it in detail and how the different tracks would route, I ended up reducing the direction of the belt, so they're now running south into this 8x8 balancer, and I'm only using 4 of the outputs. I think that's fine. I think that'll still balance the 4 outputs. I don't think it matters. Maybe it'll matter a little bit. Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll just give it the eyeball test, the old eyeball test. And then I'm splitting them up into the furnaces. So we've got 5 in, and this time I did decide to split a belt going to the 2 outer sides because they are only supplying half as many furnaces as the inner belts. So this guy up over here on the left is going over here and then is also splitting and going under here over to the right. And I did a little weavy thing there. I tried to make it so that the belts looked nice, even though they're kind of weaving all over the place. And then I had I didn't have much room to put a balancer. Let's see, what I wanted to do was what I wanted to do is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put a 4-to-4 balancer right there because we're going to have 4 outputs here. And then I needed room to balance the furnaces so that the belts themselves are balanced. Wow, these tongue twisters. The belts themselves are balanced before we go with the 4-to-4 overall balancer that makes sure each lane has the same amount of output. And I didn't have room. I didn't want to get rid of the beacon, so I ended up making this funny lane balancer which goes out around the beacon. Okay, let's grab Mr. Shortcut. Oh, great. Maybe not a shortcut in this instance. Probably, yeah, that probably only slowed me down. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, so we'll grab you, do this, bop, place the wrong things, of course, and run it to the left. Okay, so there is all of those guys, and then I want to do a similar thing because we need half of the plates on one of these belts going to the outer lanes of these guys. How much room do I need? Let's see, I just need room enough to split one. This is probably enough here. We have a pretty good amount of room over here to the left now. It was kind of cramped up to this point, but from here on out, we should be okay. So maybe just like, let's just give ourselves a little bit extra space. And then I think I doubled these up. You want 1-to-1. If your furnaces are all going the same speed, you want 1 iron furnace per 1 steel furnace. So I'm just going to duplicate what I did. Turned 90 degrees. Okay. So let's see. This gives us, we want 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting every other because the middle ones are the output skis. Tell me they're all backwards. Great. Pick them up. Do it again, robots. You screwed it up. It's all your fault. And apparently I don't have enough beacons. Beacons are actually getting made right over here. No, here. So I guess I'll go run and grab those in a minute. But we don't need those technically to finish the build. Okay, what was I doing? So we need enough space to be able to split the guy. This is enough space. 1, 2. And we want to double up our furnace-eye. That's the plural of furnaces, if you didn't know. But octopi is not the proper plural of octopus. In case you didn't know that. Common mistake. Common mistake. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need 2 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more set. And then we can get rid of the few redundant belts. Okay, good. I just wanted to check to make sure they were indeed facing the right way. We're missing... am I missing a lot of stuff or just beacons? I'm out of underground belts, which are used in quite high numbers there. All right, let's go run over to the car. If I can find it, I think I left it down here. No. All right, got to resupply. Okie dokie. Think I have everything hooked up. Let's change the name. We have officially a steel cell, not a C cell, a steel cell. Yeah. It took me long enough. And then we'll proceed to the battery cell right after this. But first, I want to see if it works. This is the best part. What's probably the closest thing to plug into is just right here, right? Okay, so we'll probably just do a blah blah bip bip bam, and then that works. So all these guys are heading down here on their conveyor belts. Then they're gonna head over to here. Looks lovely, and we'll give it the eyeball test. Does it look like the belts are evenly distributing, even though we're only using 4 outputs? Yes, the answer to that question is yes, once these other 4 outputs fill up. Seems fine. Okay, pretty good. All of those are going. Are all the belts going properly? I didn't leave any gaps or anything like that. Seems good. Yeah, we're not fully compressing 4 belts. So, but we are kind of close, so I think I kind of just eyeballed this iron patch pretty well. And we're going into here, and these guys, this should be more than enough, actually, to keep up with our blue belts. And then we've got the iron plates coming through here. And then this will take a little bit to catch up because the steel is just slower. But it should be a 5-to-1 output. So we're putting 5 iron plates in, and we're getting 1 iron plate output. So I could merge these down to 2 lanes here and then split them up again, but whatever. Okay, that works just fine. So here is the location of the laser turret cell. We're just to the other side of the express circuit, and this base is starting to be kind of crazy, isn't it? It's getting there. Slowly but surely, we're gonna have a crazy base. And I've decided, actually I've learned, that the most compact, the most straightforward way to do it is to put all of the things being dropped off and the things being picked up, put them all right next to each other at the beginning. That way I don't have to make a kind of like a bypass route for the trains to get around the stops, like for instance this bypass right here. And where's another example? All this, like this bypass in the middle, if I put this stop right there, that would make more sense. It would be more dense, more compact. What are we making? We're making laser turrets. What am I doing? Okay, we're gonna put down some of these just to get a visual idea. We're gonna have some beacons. I don't need to be picking these up all the time, but sometimes when I am turret creeping, when I'm expanding our perimeter, the frontier, I think is a way to phrase it. I need turrets a lot, and I need them produced quickly. So we're going to have some super duper beaconized layouts. To make a turret, we need steel, electronic circuits, and batteries. Okay. So I definitely have room to do this kind of thing. That would give us steel on one side and electronic circuits on the other. That does not give us room for the batteries. I guess what we could do, which wouldn't be too bad. Let's see, this guy is hitting you. So let's pick up the rest of them. Okay, deconstruction planer, there we go. We could have the one in the middle doing this. This is as far, yeah, this is as far out as we can go. If we want to hit it with beacons on both sides. So what we'll do is we will have a, we'll just spread them out horizontally like this. Like that. And that, I guess we'll put the Mr. Battery on that side, steel on one side, circuits on the other. That should be pretty good. And here's the blueprint. Pretty simple design. I think it tiles properly. Just looking at it, eyeballing it. Here we go. Plop, 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 plop. I think I have everything in my inventory that we need for that. Except I'm out of the belts. Okay, never mind. I do not have everything we need. Where's my car? Dude, where's my car? It's way over here. Okay, let's grab a few more. Finish this up. We can't actually turn it on. We can do most of it, but I'm not currently making green circuits. So we won't actually put this thing into production until a few episodes from now, I guess. And we can just do this. Boop. So this is where the batteries come in. This is where the steel and the electronic circuits, or vice versa. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter, though. They all feed into these guys, and then they output onto this center line, and we don't need that, actually. So that gets put onto this center line through here, through here, through here, through here, through here, all the way over to here. And I don't... Oh, that's good. Awesome. One little bit of power left. What am I trying to say? Oh, yeah. I don't have a reason to pick them up by train, so I've got this stop to pick up the laser turrets at some point in the future when I need to, but we don't need to for now, so we'll just put them in here. And we'll say make, I don't know, 2 rows of that. And let's pick up the extra of you. And then I'll have to set up 3 trains to be delivering stuff. Even though we're not currently producing electronic circuits. We will get on that next time. I think next time what we will do is we will start our... Let's see, let's lay you out here. We're going to start our solar panel cell. To make sure we have enough power for all of these... extremely power-dependent things we've been making lately. In addition to our currently 12,000 solar panels and 1,500 steam engines, not going to be enough. We need more. We're going to turn this entire thing into a solar panel. Kind of, well, a big solar panel area, a cell, if you will. But that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.